Okay, so what I wanted to show you is a new Webquest that I have just written just for this blog post. I just want to go through a couple of things with you and show you really how to go through it. When I write Webquests, I really write them for just as a guideline for kids to go around a certain website. The website that I've written a lot of them for is quavermusic.com. If you have not checked it out before, I would check it out now. It's a fantastic website with just so many things on it. And the webquest that I wanted to show you guys today was one that really fits with, if you have the Quaver Music curriculum, this would fit with grade 5, and it's lesson 2, the meter review. And with the meter review, the whole lesson really is based around patriotic songs. So that's where this Webquest can come in, and like what you can do is teach your meter lesson and then send this home with the kids to get more into learning more about patriotic songs. So when I write a Webquest, I always write an intro just to get into it, and the intro is right up here at the top. It says, "What does the word patriotic mean to you?" The meaning of the word is for the love of one's country, and that's what I tell my students, just to keep it simple. I only have 5th grade. I go up to 5th grade. I don't go any higher. So I try to keep it as simple as possible, just so they can get the concept. And then the intro continues on with, "Patriotic songs were written just for that purpose, to celebrate our country. We have many patriotic songs about America, but how many do you know? A lot of them were written many years ago, and some have started to be sadly forgotten." Which is really true. A lot of students nowadays don't know all the words to My Country 'Tis of Thee, don't know all the words to Yankee Doodle. They know all the words to the Star Spangled Banner because that's sung before almost every sporting event. They don't hear the rest of them all the time. The intro continues on to follow the steps below to discover more about the tunes we use to celebrate the United States of America. So what I did was, a lot of this is based in the telephone box area in the shop. So the first thing it says is Francis Scott Key wrote the words to our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner. He wrote right after he watched a battle during the War of 1812 take place. I want you to travel back in time to the phone box and click the menu. Select the music player. Okay, so we're going to, and click the audio drama. So we're going to go to the telephone box.
Quick! To the phone box!
And we're going to head to the Francis Scott Key venue. Not a lot of the venues will be open if they have free student accounts that were just created. Make sure that these venues are open before you send them home with this. There he goes. And you can listen to Quaver talk.
Oh, say, can you see what Francis
But if
Scott
you're like
Key...
me, and you've heard it many, many times, you can always click out of it. Click menu. Hit music. Star Spangled Banner. You want to click the audio drama.
Hello and welcome to Quaver Piece Theatre.
Quaver Piece Theatre.
A place where only the finest of fiction is foretold.
So with that, as soon as they click the audio drama, they're going to hear how Francis Scott Key came about writing the poem, The Star Spangled Banner. And he wrote the poem portion. After it was later adapted into a song. So what I want students to do with this Webquest is, it says right here, now close your eyes and put yourself in Mr. Key's shoes. Does his inspiration inspire you? So you're going to hear Francis Scott Key talk about the night that he wrote the Star Spangled Banner, what he saw, what he experienced. It's a great way to sort of get kids to sit in Mr. Key's shoes and really figure out why he was so inspired to write the poem that eventually became our national anthem. So after that, the next step is we consider a lot of our patriotic tunes to be marches, which is true. We have a lot of parades and a lot of marching tunes. John Philip Sousa was considered the father of marches. He was. He wrote lots and lots and lots of marches in a meter of 2. So the next stop is you're going to go to his stop in the phone box and listen to the Stars and Stripes Forever. So why don't we go up there and do that. I'm sorry, I'm on my little Mac, so it's going to take me a second. So we're going to head down this way, back to menu, head to exit. We're going to go back to the phone box. We're going to hit the little down key, and look, John Philip Sousa. We'll fast forward out of that, that's fine.
Listen to that.
And again, you can click out, head to music, Stars and Stripes Forever. So you can exit out of that, you can stop that for a second if you wanted to. You're going to listen to Stars and Stripes Forever. And what I want them to do when they're listening to Stars and Stripes Forever, think about what the title means. Not everybody's going to get what the title means right off. It's good to talk about that, especially with younger students. And what can you picture in your head as the song plays? A great way to invoke the imagination and see what they think of. It might be a memory of maybe the 4th of July. It might be they saw they were in a parade, or they saw a parade going down the street. Many different things they can come up with. What you can also have them do in the John Philip Sousa stop on the phone box is you can go back to the menu and click book. Again, if they're more advanced reader, usually grades 3 through 5, they can hit advanced. If they need a little help, hit basic. And what you can do, or what they can do at home, I say you because I do this at home too, it's kind of fun, is just read through John Philip Sousa. Read about his life. Okay? He was in the Marine Corps. How many students do you know are going to know that John Philip Sousa was in the Marine Corps? Keep reading through the book. He was the March King, okay? He was the king of all, he was known as the March King. I call him the father of marches with my students. You can call him the March King. My Webquests that I write are able to be altered. I don't mind. It's what I write for my classes, but you can change. Every class is different. Every student is different. Every teacher is different. And, I mean, how many of them are going to know that he was the director of the Sousa Band, or how many are going to know that the Sousa Band existed until they read it? You can keep going. They can do a little activity with the perfect pitch. Maybe you can give them a challenge when they come back after completing the Webquest. And then they can answer the questions to make sure that they know what they read. Okay? After that, you can exit out. Check out the cool picture. The third step, we exit, go back to the phone box. The third step in this brand new Webquest is now it's your turn to be like Sousa and Key. Go back to the Francis Scott Key venue. Okay, so you're going to go back to the Mr. Key and go back to the music player, and you're going to have them listen to Yankee Doodle. It's just the tune. It's just the background music. There's no voice in there. So it's going to be perfect for them to think about, all right, so I want to be like Mr. Key. I'm going to write myself a poem and put it to the melody of Yankee Doodle. So once they go to the Francis Scott Key venue, yeah. And once they listen to all of Yankee Doodle, have them start writing their own words. It can be what patriotic memories or things that they can think of mean to them. It can be patriotic. It can be something different. It's up to you. And just make sure you inspire them with the patriotic songs that they've been learning. So after the Yankee Doodle, have them perform it. I mean, have them bring it in. Have a few brave souls in your class bring in some of the stuff that they created at home with this Webquest and share it for the class. It's a great connection to patriotic tunes, and it's a great way to get kids walking out of the classroom and continuing to learn about what you're teaching them. So, brand new Webquest, patriotic songs. It's going to be at the bottom of the blog post tonight, and thank you for listening. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Friday. And one more thing, thank you for sticking around to the very end of this video. Just some future news. This is one in about 8 more web quests that I will be writing. I'm in the middle of writing them right now. About 8 more Quaver Music web quests on the way, so stay tuned. Thank you.